Hi, this is Ariane of Sociable Art. Today I'm going to paint the fall version of the Tobacco Barn. You can get your own printed canvas at sociableart.com. The colors that you need come along with your kit, but you're going to need to mix an orange, which is yellow mixed with red. And I've already filled in around the exterior around the barn in the background. And I just dabbed with my brush with the yellow and the orange color, and I kind of varied the shades, and I also did a yellow mixed with white, and I just dabbed those around the background. And then I created a green with orange mixed with your green to fill in the grass area underneath and around the pumpkins. Right now you can see that I am filling in under the eaves of the roof. I've created a shade of black which has just a little bit of white mixed in with it to fill in that shaded area. And I also did will do the roof of the little porch on the side with that black that just has a little bit of white added to it. I'm going to fill in all that area. And I'm also going to do the timbers on the house in black or shades of gray. There are some that are lighter than others, and so you can add more white to those timbers. If you need to use your smaller brush, switch to that. That's fine. So right here you can see that I'm filling in those timbers between the mortar with a light gray. Lighter down here in this side where the sun is shining on it, and as we move up the barn it'll be slightly darker. And I'm sorry about having painted already the leaves and the grass before I started the video. I actually had thought I had started it and did not. So if you need to see how to do the leaves, you can look back at the other version of the Tobacco Barn and see how I did the green leaves, and I did this in the same way. So I've just speeded up the video to fill in all of the shaded areas and the gray timbers on the Tobacco Barn. And here I am filling in the door, doing vertical strokes, and also those little squares, which are the ends of the interior timbers of the inside. I also just filled in the tree trunks with a shade of brown, and here I am filling in the main color of the pumpkins with orange. Also, those pumpkins where the sun is shining on them on top have a highlight, which I used a orange mixed with white or the yellow shade to give that highlight. And then I went through and I added some stems on them with a brown. And at the bottom of the screen I'll show you how to mix the brown color as well. And here I am, I slowed the video down to show you how you add a highlight on the top. And also for some of the segments on the pumpkin, you know how pumpkins have those segments, so if you do a little line of highlight, it'll kind of make those segments show on the pumpkin. You can also do a little bit of lines with the dark brown. I don't think you should overdo it with that though, because you don't see those lines on the pumpkin all that clearly. So I'm doing some highlighting here. One thing I want to mention, this is a pile of pumpkins. The way that you get it to not look like just a pile of orange and you get to look like separate pumpkins is that you have some different shades. You know, when you have two pumpkins next to each other, you're going to have a different shade that separates them and makes one a separate pumpkin and one the other. So the pumpkin up front is going to be lighter, so you're going to use maybe some yellow on top of the pumpkin to make it lighter. And then the pumpkin behind will be slightly shadowed. So I added brown to my orange on all the lower parts of all these pumpkins and to separate them from other pumpkins. So the way to get these to not look like a mass of orange is to use different shades to separate the pumpkins. The darker shade of orange with orange mixed with brown, and the lighter shade, which is maybe a yellow or yellow mixed with orange, which is the highlight. And then you'll add stems with the dark brown. And one other thing that I'm going to do in a moment, right here I'm just adding a few more leaves, just kind of filling in those to make them really stand out. But in a moment I'm going to go back to my green, and the green that I used on this is your green that came with your kit but then mixed with a little orange. And I'm going to add green mixed with orange with a little white added, and I'm going to just try to do some little stalks of grass around the pumpkins that are up front, so it doesn't look like they're sitting on top of a carpet, but that they're sitting on top of grass. So I'm going to do some little bit of grass growing in front of those pumpkins with my skinny brush. And I don't think I mentioned that the area behind the pumpkins, we've got some grass down there, but there's also a little bit of dirt, and I did that with kind of an off-white, light brown I created, which is white added to the brown, and just maybe a teeny bit of yellow added to it. And I'll try to put all those mixing colors at the bottom of your screen. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like it. Just hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to be notified when there are more videos coming out that are paint at home, just hit the subscribe button and you will be notified when new ones come out. And I really appreciate when you do that because it helps me to make more videos. And if you want to see all the other paint at home kits that are available, go to sociableart.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.